We all love an animated movie with a good story, but sometimes DreamWorks characters get a little too real.
You're so naive, Roxy. This is the real world, and you need to wake up!
It's scenes like this that make you check the movie again to see if you're watching something meant for kids. Now, what's crazy is that DreamWorks has plenty of moments like this, and here are 6 times that their characters got very, very real. The first moment would leave you inspired, but by number 6, you can tell that the writers forgot they were working on a kid's animation. Speaking of real, you really need to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our uploads. Starting our list is a moment in the final act of Kung Fu Panda. When Tai Lung returns to the Jade Palace to take the scroll meant for the Dragon Warrior, Shifu is there to stop him. It's practically a reunion, but not a pretty one. Last time Tai Lung was here, he was banished and deemed unworthy to be the Dragon Warrior. And here he is again, trying to take the same thing he tried to 2 decades ago. You would think 20 years in prison is enough to do some reflecting and all, but this angry kitty hasn't changed much. Although a lot has. So as the former student battles with his master, blows and punches aren't the only thing they exchange. They duke it out with words, and the words hit as hard as the kicks. But ironically, the words that sound the most real are from when Shifu is down and out of the fight.
From the first moment, I've been proud of you.
Here, Shifu admits how proud he is, but he also goes ahead to talk about how he might have been too proud.
And it was my pride that blinded me.
He failed Tai Lung. He failed to keep him in check. He failed to make sure his character matched his skills and talent. He forged the perfect warrior, but didn't bother crafting the perfect soul to go with it.
I loved you too much to see what you were becoming.
He wanted the accolades of being the mentor and teacher of the strongest warrior. His desire for this made him forget that he needed a humble spirit along with a strong body. And it's not just Shifu that has made this mistake. It's a problem that all parents face. When you're so bent on making sure your child turns out a certain way, it's easy to forget to nurture their humanity. The idea of parental glory and having other parents praise you for your work is something to look forward to, but not at the expense of seeing your child turn into a sociopath. The next moment is also a father-son moment, but it involves human Vikings and not animals who are experts at Kung Fu. I'm talking about Stoic berating Hiccup for protecting Toothless. If you have a pet or wish you did, hit that subscribe button. You might be lucky and come across a charming stray this week. We've all had that moment where we made our dad so angry that we watched him crash out in real time. But Hiccup might have seen the worst of it because he made his dad say this.
You've thrown your lot in with them. You're not a Viking. You're not my son.
These are words that should never come out of the mouth of a good father. But here we are with one of the most iconic fathers in DreamWorks history, literally this close to disowning his son. Dads don't get mad for just any reason, and they certainly don't say harsh words like this without a cause for it. It turns out that not only has Stoic learned that Hiccup has befriended a dragon, but he's been to their nest, and people in Burke nearly got burnt alive because Hiccup found a new best friend.
That's what you're worried about? Not the people you almost killed?
Now, here's the catch. As the viewer, we know that Hiccup's heart is in the right place. He found Toothless, became friends with him, and they actually genuinely have a real connection. And as for Stoic, this isn't the problem. The issue is, the one set of creatures that humans have been at war with since they could remember has his son sticking his neck out for them. That type of change can't be understood that easily, let alone accepted. Can dragons and humans really get along? Well, history and tradition beg to differ, and that's the problem. When things have been a certain way for the longest time, it makes it almost impossible to see them being any different. Even if a different view may be better and progressive, the world adopting it may be hard, and you shouldn't expect the people closest to you to believe in it as much as you do. So far, we've only been talking about dads well. This next moment involves a mother, a fairy godmother to be specific. And in the world of Shrek, you should never be happy that you ran into the fairy godmother. She and her charming son are never up to any good. And when they have a secret meeting with Princess Fiona's parents, you see how low they can go. The king isn't budging when it comes to his daughter, and that's when the fairy godmother reminds him he doesn't have that much of a choice.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Use your imagination.
He also once enjoyed the benefits of the godmother's magic.
You see, we made a deal, Harold. And I assume you don't want me to go back on my part.
He was never supposed to live the life of royalty or even be a human.
But a little hocus pocus and the wave of a wand,
gave him the life that others could only dream of, but sadly, it had a downside. Now the king didn't have freedom along with his happiness. He was indebted to the person who gave him his desires. And we see the fairy godmother demand a favor from him like she's some sort of mob boss.
Harold, you force me to do something I really don't want to do.
The crazy part is, now it's not just him that's caught up in this mess. His daughter is as well. You can tell that he knows he's in a big mess. He's really cooked. And in this is a real-life lesson for all of us. You should be worried if you got something easy, especially if it's something that has a lot of worth. You'll end up paying the price in one way or the other. You really can't cheat your way through things. And it's not even karma, it's just how the game goes. And for our next real moment, we have a scene from Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. One of the most ironic myths in life is how we believe cats have 9 lives, yet they respond so quickly to threats, like they're scared of losing the one life they do have. Point in case is, cats do not take their life for granted. But not this one.
Puss in Boots! I laugh at death!
In Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, we meet our favorite kitty swordsman as life, well, death, tries to humble him.
What's the matter? Lives flashing before your eyes?
He's down to the last one of his 9 lives, and he goes on a quest to wish his other 8 lives back. Speaking of wishes, I just wish you could hit the subscribe button and get me as many subscribers as possible. And to be honest, this is peak pathetic behavior. You lose your immortality and the first thing you can think of is to try to wish them back? Is this really the same courageous Puss that could face an entire squad of soldiers blindfolded? Personally, I would have taken the wish and got more lives back. Heck, I would have made myself immortal. But if we're being real, a lot of us have a few things in common with Puss. Not the 9 lives part, but the sad and passive approach to living. Like we have more time or the lack of urgency in how we do things.
I find the very idea of 9 lives absurd, and you didn't value any of them.
By the time we realize that we've been reckless and we've taken things for granted, it's too late. But more times than not, it really isn't. And a real wishing star may not exist to buy us more time. So the moment we realize our mistake, we should start being intentional with how we deal with our lives. Don't let it waste away thinking life might be kind enough to give you more time and more chances, because it might not. And do you notice how Death was only interested in Puss when he was truly afraid of it?
I just love the smell of fear.
It's like that with humans too. If you're constantly afraid of losing your life, then you're giving death the power to torment you like Puss did. Don't be afraid if it comes. Accept it while it hasn't lived life to its fullest, so when death does come, it's meeting someone with nothing to lose. Because you lived life to its fullest, loved as much as you could, made as many memories as possible, and enjoyed it. For our 5th moment, we have to look not that far into our favorite movie about reformed villainy. Early on in Megamind, we see his traumatizing childhood.
Could this be what I was destined for? Apparently not.
I mean, if I were supposed to land in a mansion and somebody knocked me off course, I would be bummed. But we later see how this was just one of many instances where young Metro Man makes life miserable for Baby Blue over here.
No matter how hard I tried, I was always the odd man out, the last one picked.
But the most tragic moment of them has got to be when they attended the same school. Not only does Metro Man embarrass Megamind half the time, but he even has the other kids join in the fun. Megamind has nothing to truly be happy about. Metro Man is basically the best of humanity since he looks like them except with powers. Who wouldn't love him? And on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's Megamind, a big blue-headed dude that people are too scared to be friends with. Good luck trying to convince a kid constantly getting bullied because of how different he looks that he's special and deserves respect. It's surprising that this didn't turn him into a villain, but his passion for evil did.
Being bad is the one thing I'm good at. If I was the bad boy, then I was going to be the baddest boy of them all.
Perhaps the most real moment DreamWorks ever gave us came at the end of Kung Fu Panda 2 with dialogue between Shen and Po. When Shen's cannons are destroyed and there really isn't any point in fighting, Po offers a truce. I mean, the panda has finally achieved inner peace, and it's going to take more than the genocide of his people to take that away from him. Even Shen doesn't understand why Po is so calm about things.
I took away your parents. Everything. I scarred you for life.
And to be fair, his confusion does make a lot of sense. Shen dedicated his whole life to hating Po and trying to destroy him. And now Po doesn't want revenge? That's the power of inner peace, I guess. Just when you think everybody is going to go home in one piece, Shen has other plans.
Then I choose this.
You don't have to guess how this ends. Shen's recklessness leads to what eventually dooms him. It's really sad when you think about it. He could have just accepted the truce and gone his way, but his ego couldn't let him see peace as an option. It's easy to tag the peacock a silly bird, but sometimes we do this too. We got so fixated on how things should be that we never stop to think about what they could be. Sometimes life demands us to see things from other perspectives. We're not the only ones with a view on things. Heck, we hardly ever have the best view. Shen is a lesson of what happens when you use one lens to look at everything. How do you really expect to appreciate the world and all it has to offer when you do? There you have it, 6 times that DreamWorks characters got too real. Which moment felt the realest to you? Comment what moment hit home for you and why. We love it when you leave your thoughts in the comments section. And check out our other videos if you loved this one. We have a whole catalog for you to binge.